At some point, you've probably formatted output using endless plus signs, just like in this code here. But what if there was a better way to format strings? If that sounds useful, this video is for you, and by the end, you will become a pro at string formatting. Let's say again, I have some variable a that has value 3, and I want to print and say a has value 3 without using a plus method to merge the strings. For that, I will use something that's called an f-string. F-string is a string that starts with letter f, and then you create a string regularly. But what's specific about this f-string is a has value, and now if I want to get the value, I don't have to come out of this f-string. I can simply put curly brackets inside and put what I want to evaluate. For example, here I want to get the value of my variable a, but maybe I want to get a value of some function or some expression a plus b. That could also work. Let's see what happens if I run the code. Just like how I wanted, I get a has value 3. So that is exactly why we are going to use f-strings. They are much easier to use and cleaner. Let me show you some specifics for f-strings. Let's say I have also a variable b, and this variable has value 2. And now I want to get sum of a and b is, and here I can write a plus b, and this will evaluate a plus b. When I run the code, I get 5. But what if I want to get a plus b equals 5? In that case, I need to write equal sign here, and now this will print a plus b equals 5. A plus b equals 5 is printed. Also, maybe you have a list that has some elements 1, 0, 9, 2, and you want to get the length of this list, then you can call length function and pass your list. You can also evaluate functions. Let's run the code. You get 4, and that's exactly the length of your list. So that is how you are generally going to use your f-strings. But f-strings are much more powerful. Let me show you the real power of f-strings. Let's say you want to format your number and you have a number that is very big, for example 10 million. And you could write these underscores for clear representation, and here you can write, let's remove this and write number. Now you will get this number with underscores, but no, you will get all those zeros merged. And if you want to tell which number this is, you'll have to count these zeros and see that this is actually a number 10 million. But thanks to f-strings, we can do much more than that. We can format this to look exactly how we want to. So, to format your numbers, you need to write colon and then the magic starts. First thing you need to specify is what you want to fill. Let's say I will write it down in comment so you can see how the rule goes. So here, let's say number, then I can here have fill. So fill, maybe I want to fill everything with stars. Then you specify the alignment, where you want your number to be put. Maybe you want it to be right, then you write this arrow. Maybe you want left, or maybe you want middle. Now I want middle, so here I'll write align. Then a sign. You have two options, plus, which means this will print plus if your number is greater than 0, or minus if your number is smaller than 0. But if you leave it empty or write minus, this will only display minus when the number is smaller. When the number is greater, you won't get the plus sign. So here, in my case, I want plus, and here I'll write sign. Afterwards, you specify the number of characters that you want in your f-string, specifically in this number. Maybe you want to have 20 characters, and if I remove these numbers, now when I look at this, I can tell that these will take 4 characters. But I want 20, and that is why we have this alignment and this fill. So in the middle, we'll have 4 characters, which are these ones, and the rest will be filled with stars. So here you write 20, and here I'll write number, or maybe width, better write width. Then you can specify how how you want to distinguish thousands. Do you want comma or do you want underscore, because you can use only these two. In my case, let's say I want to use comma, and after which you get the precision. To get the precision, that is the precision after the decimal point. So here I can write 0.2, and that means 2 decimals. But let's write here dot precision. So here I can write dot 2 for 2 decimals, and then you need to specify the type. There are multiple types. For example, F type is floating type, B type is binary type, or maybe you want G for scientific type, or E, that is also scientific, or maybe capital E. So they are all the same. I mean, not the same, but they all represent the type. So I will use, for example, F. Here I'll write 2.367. And I will write type here. So this is how your formatting should look like. First you have the fill, then you have the alignment. Do you want center, left, or right? Then plus sign or minus sign or nothing. Then the width, then how you want to distinguish the thousands, or if you even want to distinguish the thousands, then comma and the number to represent the precision after the decimal point. If you don't want this, then you can simply specify the type. You write, for example, G. And this will be represented in a scientific way, but I want to show you how these decimals work. And F here represents the type. Now when I print this, let me show you with this barrier. Let's create these walls. Now when I run this, as I have told you, my number is in the middle. Because it's 1,000, I only have 1 comma. Because it's greater and I have written plus, I get here the plus sign. And I have 2 decimals after the point. So 2 numbers after the decimal point. Because here I said I want the precision 2. But let me show you. If I write, for example, this alignment, remove the fill, and say here just 20, and now you will see that I won't have a plus sign. And I will remove this and also the precision and simply write here G for scientific type. Let's run the code to see how this looks now. We have left and then nothing afterwards. So it's simply represented with 1,000. So this G is actually auto-scientific. Sometimes it may apply, sometimes it may not. If I have written here a bigger number, then it will represent it in a scientific way. Let's run the code to see. As you can see, now it's represented in a scientific way. This means 1 multiplied by 10 to the power of 9. And we have left alignment with nothing to fill. Let me give you an example for practice and write down in the comments below what will be the output. So if I write here 10, 2, 4, 5, and I write here this with this, and I write here nothing, then here I write comma, not comma, the underscore, then I write dot to F, and that's it. So what will be the output of this print? Write down in the comments below and I will check if that's correct. If you found this video useful, then you must check my playlist for more useful Python videos. And don't forget to subscribe for more Python tutorials.